Sometimes things can be very controversial, some things can be very confrontational, some things can be pretty benign and boring. But occasionally, just occasionally, we end up with issues that somehow become extremely relevant to the times. And I think we're here today because of actually a convergence of issues, that all of which we've been involved with in one way or another for a number of years. But it's interesting, as you work away with them, it became evident to us that there was a convergence of thinking and ideas and maybe some opportunities. So what was that convergence? Well, we certainly have been working on atmospheric carbon and climate change, and the whole issue of whether or not there's opportunities for sequestration of various types. And of course, soil sequestration has always been out there as one of the options out there. And then, but as well, and irrespective of that, the whole issue of the soil carbon is something that's rising, certainly a concern from my office in terms of the health of the soil, in terms of its the long-term sustainability of agriculture, and the stability of soils, etc. And so there seems to be convergence there. But even further, our surface water is impacted by loss of nutrients from many things, but certainly agricultural land being one of them. And of course, but that loss of nutrients, you start seeing papers and discussions right now. They're talking about peak phosphorus and the fact that our phosphorus supplies are in fact, they're realizing, and then we're not going to run out next year by any stretch of the imagination, but at least the geologic deposits we mine phosphorus from for agricultural additions are finite, and the cost, just like anything like peak oil or anything, the cost is going to get greater to extract this. And what does that mean? So there's convergence there, and then overlay that, I think, which is I'm trained here at Guelph as a plant ecologist all those many years ago. The increasing interest and the concern about biological diversity and well, I don't say preservation, that's the wrong word, but the concern for the ecological complexity that is our ecosystem and how to maintain it. And all those things relate back to this concept of soil. And all those, so it is a convergence of ideas. And when we're working on these things, and Glenn Monroe said, well, this is from my office, did most of the work on this, and we, it became obvious that there is perhaps an opportunity to bring together various interests to talk about, to really restructure potentially the way we live and the way we work and the way we do business along this complex of commonality related to that centers on soil and carbon and living things. And so, the questions arise, are there, opportunities for this convergence to come about in terms of our ecological goals, our social goals, and our economic interests? And is there really opportunity here for changing things in a really positive way all the way around? And we think there is. And so we set about to bring together in some respects a disparate group, a group of people of overlapping or interests, but not people that don't always meet together. Bring in some speakers with some ideas from the United States and from various parts of the world, and say, let's bring them together, let's tangle with this, and come away today, perhaps with nothing concrete, but other than a better understanding or a better idea of what the opportunities there are for this convergence. So that's what today is about. And I'm not going to take any more time and take it back to Dave, and I'll say something at the end of the day. So hope it all goes well. Thank you for coming.